Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. In today's video tutorial, I want to talk about Cloudflare Railgun and also show you how to enable it on your site. So here at NameHero, we offer high-speed cloud web hosting. We've also integrated with Cloudflare so they can offer their Railgun technology for free on your website. Now, if you're a reseller, you have a huge advantage. You can also offer this to your customers. So it's a nice upsell. If you go to Cloudflare.com, the Railgun is only available for their business accounts and on up from there. So to get a business account at Cloudflare, it's about $200 a month. So this allows you to get the Railgun using their free account integrated right here at NameHero. So let's first go to the Railgun page and talk about it just a little bit so you understand what it is. I've done videos in the past on our YouTube channel and on our blog about Railgun, but there seems to be a little bit of confusion about setting it up. I know we get cursed out at least once a week with people that get frustrated in the setup. So let's first talk about what Railgun is, and I'll walk you through the setup, and I'll also talk about some common problems that you may have to look out for. So this is called the Railgun Origin Network Optimizer. Railgun ensures that the connection between your origin server and the Cloudflare network is fast as possible. Railgun compresses previously uncacheable web objects by 99.6% by leveraging techniques similar to those used in compression of high-quality video. This results in an average 200% additional performance increase. So basically this speeds up the time from the server to your end user up to 200% using their technology. So if we go down here, they have a nice little graphic that shows us how this is done. So let's say your visitor is over here across the pond, as I like to call it. And if they are, maybe in India or the Middle East, and that's fine, but your server is in the United States. Here at NameHero, our servers are in Lansing, Michigan, and they are in Phoenix, Arizona. So they're down here and here. So this would say, in this graphic, the servers are in California. So they're really far away from, say, the Middle East. So we're going to pretend this visitor's in the Middle East. We're going to pretend the servers are in California so we can get a nice stretch here. And so now the Cloudflare data centers are all over the world. So let's say they have a European data center. So your visitor that's from the Middle East or wherever he may be, or he or her, they can pull the content from the Cloudflare data center and not the origin server, so it decreases the latency. So your website's faster around the world. So that's what the Railgun does, is it speeds up this connection. Now at NameHero on our high-speed cloud, our servers are already fast. So you can test your website with no Cloudflare, and you're going to see a huge increase, especially if you're coming over from HostGator, Bluehost, some of the other old school web hosts that don't use cloud technology, that don't use Lightspeed or HTTP2, which I'm going to talk about more in more videos, or don't utilize such high-end servers or the cloud that we do. You're already going to notice a tremendously big performance increase. Some people have noticed a 500-600% increase, and that's quite substantial. But by adding the Railgun, it just really puts the cherry on top of the sundae. So that's what it does, and you can read through. They've got a lot of text, obviously, on more technical, how it works, how it speeds it up. So you can go to Cloudflare and check it out. You can see the business plan is $200 a month. This is where you get the Railgun. It does not come with the free or the pro, but by going with this at NameHero, you can have a free account and have access to the Railgun. So that's the one of the big advantages to using a Cloudflare optimized partner such as NameHero. So again, you can go to just Google Cloudflare Railgun, and this page will come up, or just go to cloudflare.com and search for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through now signing up a fresh hosting account and then enabling the Railgun. So I'm going to go to our basic web hosting page, and you can see we have 4 different high-speed cloud packages. The main difference in all of our packages here is the number of monthly visitors that you're going to get. Since it is cloud technology, you can upgrade at any time from right inside of your interface. So we see a lot of startups, they'll go with the starter and then they'll grow as they start to get their project off the ground. If your business is already running, we see most people will choose the Plus or the Turbo. The main difference in these two is the number of inodes inodes. So this question's come up a lot recently too. If you highlight over the unlimited storage, you can see the inode limit. This is the number of files that you're allowed inside of your account. So while you have unlimited disk usage, you are limited on the number of files. We do this to preserve I/O, which basically means that the server will perform better because of this. So you get 100,000 files soft limit, 250,000 files hard limit. So you have up to 250,000 files on the account before you have to upgrade. So that's quite big. But then if you look here to the turbo, you have up to 500,000 files. 250,000 is a soft limit. So really, once you start hitting the soft limit, so if you hit the 100,000 soft limit here, then you're going to need to start upgrading over here. We created a soft limit to kind of give you a heads up. So you kind of have a heads up months in advance that you need to begin to upgrade. So it really just depends how big your site is, how many files you have. You can always start off with the plus and go to the turbo later on after you see. But the turbo also supports up to 50,000 monthly visitors, has 3 CPU cores and 3 gigabytes of RAM. So your site will certainly perform faster on the turbo because it's got another gigabyte of RAM. It's got another CPU core as well. Then, of course, we have the business cloud, which is for sites that they need just a little bit more RAM and are reaching more visitors. So I personally like the turbo cloud, especially since this video is talking about speed and Cloudflare Railgun. That's the one we're going to go with. So I'm just going to click it, and it's going to bring me to my setup screen. Now I've got 3 options. I can register a new domain, I can transfer my domain from another registrar, or I can use my existing domain, and you're going to update your name servers yourself with this option. So we provide a free domain registration with this package. So if you don't have your website yet, you can put it in here and get you a brand new domain free for the first year. If you are registered at, say, GoDaddy or Namecheap or maybe even your current host and you want to move your domain over, you would just enter it in here. And in my case, I already have my domain inside my NameHero account, so I'm going to just take care of the name servers and update them myself. So that's what I'm going to choose. So I'm going to use keydiets.com for this demo. I'm going to click Use. Okay, so now we're going to review our configuration here. I'm going with the Turbo Cloud. I can host unlimited websites, so unlimited add-on domains. We've got unmetered storage, unmetered bandwidth, 3 CPU cores, 3 gigabytes of RAM. Comes with the Lightspeed cache, Cloudflare yes, and free SSL. Now remember, the free SSL is very important because as of July 1st, 2018, Google Chrome shows a not secure warning on websites without it. Notice up here at the top of NameHero, it says secure. If we did not have SSL, this would say not secure, and you're going to lose visitors if you do not have that. So it's free at NameHero. We don't try to upsell you. It just comes with your account. Okay, billing cycle. I recommend the 36-month price. If you click this drop down, you can see all our pricing options. You can see that you save much more by going to 36 months. At NameHero, we reward customers for loyalty and longevity because we don't want to be a host that you just come on for a month and go away. We're looking at partnering with you and your business for the long term. And so that's why we have a discount for the 36-month. Also, since this is a new account, I'm going to get the discount. As you can see here, if I bring it back up here, it's $11.01 a month. So I'm getting a big discount, which will show on the checkout. So I'm saving another $5 a month with going with that promotion for new customers. Next is a Drop My Site offsite backups. At NameHero, we offer free complimentary nightly backups, but this is just one night's worth of data. So if you need more than one night, which you should, I recommend going with this. This allows you to retain up to 30 days worth of data. So some people, they say, you know what, 1 day's worth of data is all I need and I'm good. But really, sites that are a little larger and maybe updating quite frequently, they want to have at least 30 days worth of backups just in case something may go wrong. So at NameHero, in order to keep our pricing competitive, we give you that 1 day for free, but if you want up to 30, you need to add it right here. This is for a monthly price. 5 gigabytes of backup is $199 a month. So that gets you started. You can always upgrade that later. So I recommend just going with the $199 a month, 5 gigabytes. If you need more, upgrade it later on. A dedicated IP address. This allows for the highest level of email deliverability. If you plan on using email with your hosting package, you need this. So the question is, are you using email? Yes, then go ahead and get the dedicated IP. If not, then don't worry about it. Continue. Okay, now I've got my checkout. You can see we're currently running our Summer Sizzler promotion, which saves me $238.64. Now, this video is being published in the summertime. I can't guarantee when you're going to watch it. And that's just unfortunately how YouTube works, right? This can go across the YouTube channel, on the blog, on Facebook, and you might watch this video months later. And so I can't guarantee this sell price will be there when you watch this. So, if you're watching in the summer and you're saving this, then great, go for it. But if not, I apologize. It's just kind of how sales work. So now I'm going to proceed to the checkout and fill out this information and get my account online. And then I'm going to show you how to enable that Cloudflare Railgun for free. Now, remember, let's go back here and talk about this real quick. So $473, this is for 3 years of hosting with the Railgun. If you go to Cloudflare and you want to buy that Railgun alone, you have to get their business package, which we're looking at $200 a month at least to get that Railgun. So you're getting, for 3 years, you're almost getting everything. So you're saving that big. So just remember that when you're looking at Cloudflare and Railgun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and complete my checkout, and then I'll resume this video once I have finished. Okay, once my order is complete, we have a survey. We would just like to know how you liked your shopping experience, what you think of NameHero so far. We strive for 5 for 5 customer service. It's my personal goal since I started NameHero is we serve our customers. We're not in this for the money. We're in this to serve our customers and create a web hosting company with extremely fast hosting and great customer service and support. So if you think we're doing our job, we want to hear from you. So we certainly appreciate all 5s on these surveys. If you do not want to fill it out, it's not required. You can click this X up here and it will exit you out. But we do really appreciate this. If you could leave a kind note for customers that are going to come behind you, let them know what you think. As we know, this is a reviews drive commerce nowadays. I personally go to Amazon and read all the reviews before I buy anything. So we certainly appreciate if you would leave a quick review, what you think of our service and support so far. If you've used it, if you've reached out to sales or support or live chat or called, let us know. Let other customers know what we provide. If you'd be so kind to leave your name and email. This is not for marketing. This is just so we can follow up to make sure your experience is still great. Like I said, I'm demoing here, so I'm going to exit. So, but if you don't want to fill out anything, click the X. No big deal, but we certainly do appreciate it. Okay, so now my order is complete. I'm going to continue to the client area. Okay, now this is a demo account, so I've got a couple different hosting packages in here. So let's navigate to the one we're going to install the Railgun on. Okay, we did key diets, so it's my Turbo Cloud. So I'm going to click on this. And the first thing I need to do is update my name servers. Because since I chose the third option during our sign up that says I'll update my name servers. So I need to do that before I do anything else. So my domain is inside of NameHero. So I'm going to go on domains, my domains, find key diets right here. And then I'm going to click on name servers. And here I want to make sure they match my name servers here. So ns31 and ns32.namehero.net. So again, ns31, ns32, and click change or save, to make sure that that's what we have used. Changes saved successfully. Now, if your domain is registered somewhere else, if it's at GoDaddy, Namecheap, Register.com, wherever you buy domains other than NameHero, you need to log in there and update that because obviously we can't do that for you. Changing your name servers is what connects your NameHero hosting to your domain. I recommend transferring your domain to us because it makes it simple. It allows our support team full access to be able to help you with your name servers and to help you, especially when it comes to Cloudflare. You can't even think about Cloudflare Railgun until you have your name servers set up on your domain. So please, before you try anything, make sure that your name servers are good here. Make sure that you're using these name servers here. If you're using any other name servers, we can't help you with it because we don't control it. We have to control the DNS to be able to help you with Cloudflare. So if here's your name servers under your package, this is what you got to be using. If you're a reseller and you have customers, they need to be using the name servers inside your reseller panel. And also give it a good 24 hours before you go activating Cloudflare to make sure everything propagates if it's a new account. Sometimes it doesn't propagate immediately, and that's why I set this up before this video so everything propagates nicely and Key Diets is working. Okay. Now that the package is online and set up, I want to install just a blank WordPress, and then we'll set up Railgun. And I just want to do that for testing purposes. So I'm just going to go log into cPanel, and I'm going to search for WordPress. Whoops. Let's see. Let's just go down here and grab it. Right here, WordPress. All right. Click Install now. And I'm not going to spend too much time going through the WordPress setup. You can even do a quick install, but since this is just for demo purposes, I'm not going to care too much about configuring this. It's pretty self-explanatory if you've ever installed WordPress. I've got tons of videos on YouTube and our blog on how to set up WordPress. But the only thing is, I want WordPress to show up in the browser when you go to keydiets.com. And I also do not want to use admin is my username. Please don't do that. And also, I'm just making a note in another browser window what my username and password are, because I make them strong. So I'm going to put my username in my other browser, and I'm going to use this key to generate a secure password. Weak passwords, weak usernames, that's what gets your site hacked. Please don't do that. Make them strong. Okay, admin email, admin@keydiets.com. That's my email for my demo account. Make sure this is a valid email in case you lose that password. I'm going to ignore the selected plugins. I'm not going to add any custom themes. I'm just going to install it. Okie dokie. Now, if I go to keydiets.com, you can see I've got a sample website. So I just wanted to have a sample website up to do this tutorial of Cloudflare, because why do it on just an index of page, right? And have it on an actual website. So excuse the abbreviated WordPress setup. I just wanted a site on here on my hosting, which you can see is secure for free, because we provide free SSL. If it was not, it would say not secure and then look really sloppy. Okay, so now we want to enable Cloudflare. So we're going to go back to our main control panel for NameHero, and we want to log into cPanel again. So under Actions, we click Log into cPanel. Now we're going to search for Cloudflare. So we can just type in cloud, and you can see Cloudflare comes right up. Okay, now it says speed up and optimize your current cPanel site with Cloudflare. So you can create your free account, or you can sign in if you have one. Now I already have one because I made it before this video just to make sure I had it. But if you don't have a Cloudflare account, go here and sign up for one. You just want to select the free one. You don't want to go through the whole setup process. You just need the email address and password. You don't need to set up the domain, anything else. You just need a login to Cloudflare. So just set up a username, email address, and password. That's what you need here. You don't need to worry about setting up the domain and all that. Once you have an email address and password, you can just sign in. And let me grab my credentials, and then you can set it up. So it's very simple. Don't try to go through their basic setup. You can even just go to cloudflare.com if you want and go to sign up right here. And all you need is your email and password registered. That's all we need. But we need to log in through cPanel. So I'm going to type in admin@keydiets.com. I'm going to copy my password and log in. Okay, so now we can see I've got this set up, so I'm just going to pretend like it's not set up. Okay, so once you get logged into your account and you're set up and your domain's not active, you can see you've got two different options: provision domain with CNAME setup, or provision domain with full zone setup. Since you're working with NameHero, you want to use provision domain with CNAME setup. Okay, you do not want to do a full zone setup, because this means you have to change your name servers to Cloudflare, and then we're unable to support the DNS, because if you do a full zone setup, you have to manage your DNS on Cloudflare's end, and it gets too complicated because our support team does not have your Cloudflare login. So you want to choose this option on the left. All right, and now it's activated. And so now we can see our DNS records here. It pulled the DNS records from cPanel. And this is why I want you to use the partial integration, because it does all this for you. If you do a full zone, it will pull these records, but then if you modify them, you have to actually go into Cloudflare and modify them, and sometimes it gets confusing. So we look at this, and you can see www.keydiets.com resolves to Cloudflare. All right, now that's important. So go back over here. I'm not using Cloudflare when I don't have www. I actually have to put www in front of my domain. So, and as luck would have it, it's forced not to. So let's go into WordPress really quick. Let's go to our settings and let's change this to www. Our domain has to have the www in front of it for Cloudflare to activate. So I want to make sure my WordPress URL, my site address have the www. Save changes. Now it's going to log us out, of course. But now if I go to key diets, you can see that I'm now active on Cloudflare. I have this plugin called Claire for Chrome, and it allows me to detect if Cloudflare is working or not. You can see that Cloudflare is working because the cloud is orange and Railgun is enabled. So let me show you how that's enabled. I go over to domains. Settings. Scroll down all the way down here. Let's go to home right here. thomas.uswebhost.com. It's on. There's also LW Central, and you can turn that on or off. It doesn't matter. You can use any one of the active Railguns on here you can use. You just have to make sure that one of them is on, and that activates it for free. You don't have to have the business account. You don't have to pay anyone anything other than sign up your NameHero account, and you get it. You know it's active when you go to your site. And again, look, here's my site before I did www. Notice the Cloudflare here. It's gray. It is not enabled. If I refresh and go to the www version of the site, I now see Cloudflare, and since I just switched Railgun off, it's not picking up. Let's give it a second, and it will, because I've re-enabled it here. So let's just go back to home and see if it refresh back. Okay, so it's enabled, and let's see if it picks it back up yet. No. Okay, so it might take up to 24 hours for the Railgun. If you switch it on and off, it might take up to 24 hours for this to turn red to recognize the Railgun. But this plugin is free, called Claire, and here's what it looks like. Let's see. Yes, it looks like this here when it is enabled. You can see Cloudflare is red when it does enable, where the Railgun is. So that's how you set it up. Again, sometimes it can take up to 24 hours for it to show in the Cloudflare plugin. Sometimes it can also take up to 24 hours for the SSL to work. So for your secure certificate, sometimes you might get an error when you first enable it. So you have to make sure that it's propagated fully. Make sure you're using www. This is one of the reasons mainly why we get cursed out for people saying that Railgun doesn't work. If you're not using www, Railgun will not work. If you do not have your name servers matching the one inside the NameHero client interface, Cloudflare will not work. Okay, so make sure that your name servers or whatever they are in the interface, make sure they're on your domain. Make sure Cloudflare is on inside of cPanel. Make sure Railgun's enabled just by triggering it on. You can go over here and look at your DNS records. Make sure it says active. Make sure that it's on your www and give it 24 hours. And then Cloudflare will work. You'll have access to the Railgun and you're off to the races. Anytime that something is not working, we see it that someone's not using the www, they're not using the name servers from this client area. They're trying to do something different, and then that's why it doesn't work. So make sure that before you can reach out to our support and they'll help you, but before you reach out to the support, you can save yourself some time by just making sure you're using the right name servers and that you're using www, and then you can check it with Claire. But again, give it 24 hours, 48 even, for it to enable and to be active inside of the Claire plugin. Now, we can see we're active here and we're ready to go. We're ready to use Cloudflare and move on. You can see now HTTP2 just activated. HTTP2 is free with all NameHero accounts as well because we use Lightspeed, but this actually goes through Cloudflare. So eventually Railgun will light up, HTTP will light up, and IPv6 will not at this time. But that's how you do it. That's how you get the free Railgun from Cloudflare at NameHero. We try to keep it as simple as possible. It's really as simple as sign up for the account, making sure the name servers are correct, use www, and then you're off to the races. If your site does not currently use www, then you need to go modify it so it does. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Cloudflare Railgun will accelerate your site up to 200% just by moving to NameHero, especially if you're coming from HostGator or Bluehost. You're already going to see up to 500 to 600% increase. So using Cloudflare is that cherry on top to help you really accelerate your site. Let us know if you have any questions. Comment on our YouTube channel here. I'm going to put this video across social media and probably write a blog post or two about it, so you can comment there and just reach out and let us know. But thanks for watching. Thanks for using NameHero and trusting us to be your high-speed cloud web host. It's certainly our pleasure working with you and to help you accelerate your website into the future.